Oh yeah. All right, yawning into episode 2. And hey, already got some variability. Already delivering on my promise that I will not have a good game plan. Um already changing the name of the podcast. Woohoo! That's what I'm doing. And yeah, so it's either gonna I can't decide. I'm bipolar. Maybe next week it'll stay the same. I don't know. But we're going from where there's a will to what lights your fire. And I don't know, just saying it out loud right now, can't really decide. But we're going with what lights your fire for this week. I'm decisive and I'm saying it, okay? But yeah, so welcome to what lights your fire. This is sort of I don't know if I guess you could call it a podcast, but it's more so just like me talking and trying to deliver some motivational points, which, okay, that's the definition of a podcast. So it is a podcast, and here we are. It's called What Lights My Fire? What Lights Your Fire? And every week give a little bit of, I give a piece of motivation that has helped me in my life. And whether that's, a quote or a person or a moment or a movie or a song, whatever you want to say, a thought, anything really, but that one that has spoken to me. And last week it was a quote from Denzel Washington. It was "Fall Forward," and I try to focus on that this week. And I think I might be posting this a little bit earlier than a week, but however many amount of days it was, um, I tried to focus on it, and I tried to live it, and I really tried to maintain that attitude of falling forward. And if you want to hear my thoughts on that anymore, feel free to watch, or I guess listen to the first episode. Um, but this week we're going, we're bouncing. Okay, we are a utility tool of ideas. Okay, and this week we're doing a song by Travis Tritt, a country music artist from probably before I was born. But he has a song. It's called "I'm Gonna Be Somebody." And so I heard it in the car this week. I think I had it in one of my playlists or something as I was driving to work. And his lyrics, they slapped me in the face because it made me think, oh, this is perfect. I can talk about this because I really like this song. It's sort of a cheesy song, but it really has a good message to it, and it gives a lot of, well, it lights my fire. So that was why I wanted to choose it for this week. But yeah, so I'll be using the song "I'm Gonna Be Somebody" by Travis Tritt, and let's just break down what that how that can motivate. That phrase alone motivates me. So I'm gonna be somebody, right? You have an idea in your head of, or at least I do. I have an idea in my head of who I want to be. I want to be this person. I see this image, right? This vivid image, and I want to get there. I want to be that somebody. I want to make a difference in the world with how I live. So that's how, off the bat, without even listening to the lyrics, that's how this song gets me going. All right, this song gets me ready to work for a new day because every day counts towards I want to get to, right? So I'm gonna be somebody, and I have that somebody in my head, and this song has helped remind me of that. But so he talks about in this song, he talks about this kid named Bobby. He wants to. Long story short, pretty much, he wants to be a guitar player. Wants to be a famous musician. He doesn't come from a great part of town. He, in fact, comes from the hard side of town, which is the first lyric. But yeah, so it's hard for him to get his start going. Not many people really thought he had the you know the ultimate, I guess you could say, skills for it, right? People doubted him, but he had, in third lyric of the line says, he had dedication and he had the heart and soul. Somehow knew he was born to play. So I take each of these lyrics pretty much, and I'll talk about the ones that I listen to. When I listen to it, I belt them out because I'm like, hell yeah, I knew I'm bound to get where I want to be. And so that lyric hits me in the face, and it tells me, I'm in for an absolute joyride for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds for Travis Tritt to sing to me. But So we have a motivational piece, right, from this pretty basic statement and sort of cheesy song about a kid from a hard side of town who wants to be a guitarist, and he goes through this long road. People telling him, "Hey, man, like you're not gonna be able to support your family if you want to be a musician. You're never gonna make it big." But he kept on pushing, and he kept on going, and he kept on dreaming. And I think my favorite part of the first verse is right before this lyric. It's pretty much saying like, people are doubting him. You're not going to be able to support nobody. Get a real job. And he goes, the song says, but he never said a word. The dreamer just kept on. Late at night, you could hear him singing. And then he goes into the chorus. I'm going to be somebody. One of these days, I'm going to break these chains. Now, in the car yesterday, I was driving. I said, what am I going to talk about in What Lights My Fire, which is the new name of this podcast, mind you. What lights my fire based on that lyric? One of these days, I'm going to break these chains. And this is what hit me. Those chains, they're different for every single person. All right. For me, what motivates me in order to break those chains and what chains they are, it's how I personally set myself back, right? It's in any which way, shape, or form that I deter myself from reaching that somebody I'm going to be. And those chains for me, like I said, they're personal setbacks. So like when I need to fight the urge to be lazy, right? Because and it's good to be lazy every now and again. Don't take that as any which way, shape, or form like me being angry that people get lazy. I'm lazy a lot because it's good. It's good to relax and it's good to rest and take a break from things. But I mean laziness as a whole. When I have an option to go do something that I know will better me and get me to where I want to be, yet I actively choose uh, that that laziness or whatever it is that's distracting me away from where I need to be in order to get to that somebody that I want to be. So those chains for me, like I said, they're laziness or a desire to skip a step almost. It's like in school when you cheat on a test. Those are chains for students. And when you're at work and you take the shortcut on something and it doesn't end up being the best finished product you could get, that's a chain in my opinion. Because if you can break those chains, man, if you can just get those bolt cutters out, snap that chain, good lord, you're going to be the somebody that you want to be and that you have always wanted to be in any which way. And that image could change. That image changes for me every day. My ultimate goal, though, it stays the same. I'm going to be that somebody and I'm going to get there. Now, when I think about this last line of the chorus, it's my favorite line of the whole song. So, one of these days I'm going to break these chains. I'm going to be somebody someday. You can bet your hard-earned dollar I will. Now, for me, go to the bank, take out a second mortgage, and when you get that second mortgage, have a deep sigh of relief because I'm gonna be that person that I set out to be. Okay, that's my motivation right there. That's what lights my fire. I'm using the title so good today. All right, so you can bet your hard-earned dollar I will. Yeah, you can 100% bet your hard-earned dollar I will, because I'm gonna be that somebody that I set out to be. And it goes in line with what he's saying here is I'm going to break these chains. Everyone's telling me I'm not going to be able to do something. Okay, watch me. Pretty much watch me. And, the rest of the song, it leads into, it wasn't easy for him, but he's now, 10 years later, he's the top musician or whatever it is. And, he can't believe that people actually want to hear him play, but he always goes back to those words that he would say, I'm going to be somebody. And it goes through the verse again, or it goes through the chorus again. And you can bet your hard earned dollar that I'm going to be where I want to be. Okay. I'm going to be that somebody. And I don't care how long it takes. I don't care the effort that I need to put in. I will work and work and work. And I will drive myself to get to that point because I have the drive to break these chains. I have the drive to, keep grinding pretty much. That I hate that term. At the same time, I like it because I use it a lot. The grind of life. It really turns out who you are as a person. And some people get broken by it, and some people get molded by it, and that's okay. Both of those things are very good. I would choose the mold option if you can, but um, I've been broken by life a lot, and it's a very common feel. But if you take that brokenness, you take it into being able to be molded. There's nothing you can't do. And when I was thinking of this song yesterday, I was thinking of how kind of like sometimes, you know, it's like a upbeat song. It's a little cheesy in my opinion because it's kind of like a talk through song. He's not like repeating the same. It's not a Pitbull song. I'm not going yeah yeah yeah. I'm listening to the lyrics. And no hate on Pitbull, by the way, great artist. Highly recommended. Go watch him in concert if you can. But he Travis Tritt in this song, he's going through the rest of it, and he said, he's playing his old hometown where people used to say he wasn't gonna make it, and he sees this little kid in the front row. He's just and it says with the same old hungry eyes that Bobby used to have. And he looks up at Bobby and he says, and then it goes into the chorus, "I'm gonna be somebody," and it's a great way to end the song, in my opinion. And so it made me think to a great Key and Peele skit, which is for you don't know who Key and Peele is, or Key and Peele are. They're two comedians. They had a comedy sketch show for a long time on Comedy Central, and they have like a mockery sort of skit on Kevin Garnett, who was a basketball player for a long time, Boston Celtics, Minnesota Timberwolves, and it took him a long time to obtain an NBA championship, which he ultimately did with the Boston Celtics. And it's a very emotional, right? Emotional moment in his life. Probably the most emotional moment he'll ever have because all his hard work is pays off, right? He had the motivation, he had the drive, and he got to where he was going to be. He wanted to be that somebody. And they interviewed him after him. They go, Kevin, do you have anything you want to tell the people? And he like is holding the trophy or whatever, and he screams. He goes, "Anything is possible!" like that. And so I've seen that clip a million times, but Key and Peele made a skit about it, and they're like, they'll have one of them. They go, "Anything's possible, kids, kids, listen to me right now. If you think you're a car, you can be a car. Go on the highway tonight with your friends. You are a car." And so it's obviously a joke, and it's obviously very funny. I love Key and Peele, but I say that to mean that that attitude, that attitude that they're making fun of, with those exaggerations, is a damn good attitude to have. So if you think, if someone looks at you in the face and says you can't do that, go prove them that you can. Okay, I don't care if you're being crazy and you're calling yourself a car. You are a damn car. Okay, if you want to be a car, you are a car. If you want to be in the military, you want to be the best sniper or something like that. You are the best sniper. You're American sniper now. You want to be the best grocery store clerk you've ever been. You have the fastest bagging time on the planet. If you want to be the best billiards player ever, I now have watched you sink all of the balls on the pool table with one shot. Okay, that's the attitude you got to have. And that's the attitude I get when I listen to this song, even though it's not really fast paced. It lights my fire. What can I say? And yeah, so I just want to go through that today and remember always to myself, I'm gonna bet my hard-earned dollar that I will make it and I will be who I want to be. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I felt today. Like I needed to talk about, and like I said in the last episode, this is probably mostly for me. I can't imagine many people will listen to this, but if they do, if just one person comes out of today's episode saying, "I'm going to be somebody," then you know that I'm rooting for you. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Life is tough. And if you let it beat you down, if you let it break you, I suggest take a deep breath and let it mold you. Because if you can't learn that life is going to get you down, then you'll never ever be that somebody you want to be. Take those moments, keep fighting, keep pushing, and um, yeah, we'll come back with a brand new fire, a brand new reason to be excited next week. And I'll try and keep bringing the energy, um, energy with that same attitude, man. That same attitude. I'm gonna be somebody. So yeah. Alrighty. This is episode 2. I'm gonna be somebody of not where's not where there's a will, of what lights my fire. So all right. I will see you guys in, or I guess I'll talk to you guys in week 3.